So good evening and welcome to the Azure circuit in Monte Carlo for the Season 12 Ginetta GT5 Junior, sponsored by Emily Linscott. Legendary Azure circuit, otherwise known to most people as Monaco. The jewel of the F1 calendar. As we watch the current championship leader, Boyraxa, going through to back into the swimming pool complex. But the current championship standings as we have this 10-minute qualifying session is as follows. Boyraxa leads the championship by 160. He has 164 points, followed by Adam Morris on 130. Although I think that's going to change because Adam Morris has accidentally been delegated one pole position point, so I think he's actually on 129. AMH should have a pole position point, so his tally is 98. He's joint third with Jamie F. 30. Joint third? No, he's not, because he didn't play ahead. Jamie is fourth on 97. Here we go. RS Jim 73, Fraser 72, Raidervan 65. Liam at Thurso is on 58, Shockshaft 53, joint with Yorkshire Stig. Sandwalk 3 is on 37 with Tilbs 11 on 35, Shadowstalker DBS on 32, Gaza123 on 29, Cam123 Diz on 26, Avcape 22, Slider Glass 28, 16, Cop Margo on 11, NGR Prosser on 8, and Rocket JP is currently 20th with 2 points. So Avcape puts in the first time of a 2 minutes 2.2. It's a bit of an outlap, that's for sure. Let's bring your ranks to the current championship leader. Let's have a look at the speed of the map. Boyraxa there. Yeah, let's go on Boyraxa actually for a lap. Here we go then, the Azure circuit with the current championship leader and defending champion as we come up to 5 minutes 45 to go. We cross the start finish line, we head up to Saint-Devote. Really tight 90 right. Use the curb on the inside. Don't get greedy on the outside, or else you'll be in the wall. Up through Beau Rivage and to Massenet. This long tightening left-hander. The top of the blind crest. You just turn in with faith that the car's going to grip. Tightens into Casino. Then you go down the hill. Avoid the left-hand bump into Mirabeau. And into the Lowe's hairpin. It's 90 right, then into Portier. So we then enter the tunnel. Absolutely flat right hand, I would assume this in these cars. Close to the one on the right hand side, then bring it back across for the Nouvelle chicane. Flick it left, flick it right, flick it left, back out. Down to back. Fast down there into the swimming pool complex. This one, the Virage Louis Chiron. You finish through the swimming pool complex. And then down towards La Rascasse. And finally, Anthony Knows. That is a lap of the Azure circuit with your current championship leader. Fantastic stuff. What sort of time can he put in from that? He goes pole position so far. So we've just been on board the provisional pole position time from Boyraxa with a 1:43.3. Fantastic time. Let's have a look at some of the drivers. We've got Boyraxa here, Adam Morris from Snekchuka, AMH and Lima Thurso are back together as a pairing. Gaza 123, Radovan 80, RS Jim 77, Sandwalk 3, Fraser's gone and spun at the Nouvelle Chicane. Scooby G is here as a filler spot for this week. Yorkshire Stig, Shock Shaft, WRT Scott McFall is joined as a filler. You can see what sort of times he can put in. Halfcape is back with us as per usual. And also Shadowstalker DBS. Now Halfcape not had a great first stint or run at this. But with only 3 minutes left on the clock, Boyrax currently taking that pole position right now. There's AMH into the Nouvelle Chicane. Heads down to the back on this current attempt. He's down on his split though. Flings it through to back, gets as close as he dares, and he hits the wall. Through the swimming pool complex. Don't want to cut that too much because you've got that sleeping policeman there. Into Raskas. Anthony knows. I think this is not going to be a timed lap really for AMH. Not a great one at least. Yeah, definitely not a great one there. Liam Thurso has managed to take the fight to the Snake boys. He's put in second place right now with 143.9. Very, very tight here. 0.44 ahead of Adam Morris. You continue around with Gaza now, up through Beau Rivage and into Massenet. Rulo's hairpin. Through Portier, down through the tunnel. And into the Nouvelle Chicane then. Brings it back across. This is where Courtard famously lost the back end of his Red Bull. And just a bag for Gaza. To back and up to the swimming pool complex. I think this might be the final man to either start a lap or the first man to finish the session. Down to Raskas. I would think they'd be the first man to finish his session with only 10 seconds left on the clock here. And Anthony knows this is the final time then. Quite possibly that Gaza's going to get to put in a time. The flag drops and Gaza finishes in 6th place. Who's next to possibly cross the line? There's Adam Morris. That's got Scooby G ahead of him. Bit of a bent up Ginetta for Scooby G. Adam Morris has decided not to continue with his lap. Scooby G across the line, currently 10th. We'll go into 8th place, a fantastic lap then from him. Who else is a coming? Try and find someone. There's Shadowstalker coming across the line. He can't do anything else. Halfcape puts it at 11th, a fantastic time from Halfcape there. Someone else is coming across the line, don't know who that is. I think that was Jim, not Halfcape. Sandwalk 3 goes in 8th place. Boyrags comes out of Anthony Notes then. Can he increase his advantage of his pole position? No, he can't. He does take pole though. Here comes Rd5 80, cross the line. Stays in 7th. Comes RS Jim. Final man across the line. Goes 10th fastest with that one. And that is your qualifying over, ladies and gentlemen. Boyraxa takes another pole position then to start the feature race of the Azure circuit on pole. So confirmed qualifying results then. Boyraxa 14 takes pole position from Liam at Thurso. Adam Morris takes 3rd, AMH Racing 4th, Fraser 5th, Gaza 6th, Raidervan 7th, Sandwalk 3 is in 8th, Scooby G is 9th, RS Jim 10th, Afcape is 11th place, Scott McFall is in 12th, Yorkshire Stick 13th, Shockshaft 14th, Shadow Stalker is 15th and last. So we now await the grid to sync up. Hello and welcome to everyone who's joined the stream for tonight so far. It's obviously going to be a cracker here at Azure Circuit. Please do comment along the way. It'd be brilliant to get all of your thoughts and reactions during the race. Afcape saying he didn't get a clean lap in. He can do a 145. Now a 148. Good evening, Scooby G, who's racing here. Next Gen, wishing all the racers good luck around here. Obviously a very tight and twisty circuit. It is definitely a hard track to pass on. I will agree with that one. But the Ginettas should make it slightly more interesting than the F1. Obviously, a lot less downforce and considerably smaller cars. Six laps of this legendary circuit. Who do you think will take the win in the first race at the dual circuit? We're about to find out. We sink in. We have 3 red lights. And it's go, go, go here at the Azure circuit for the first time tonight. And Boyraxa, amazing start from Boyraxa. Adam Morris has got up the inside of Liam at Thurso to go through Sandoval for the first time. We are cleanly away though. Fantastic effort by all the boys here to get cleanly away through Sandevot. We head up Beau Rivage and into Massenet. Liam at Thurso keeping that position, and Adam Morris down to 4th place right now as we head through Massenet, through Casino for everyone. That is Yorkshire Stick having a look at the back of Shockshaft now, coming down into Mirabeau. Brilliant move from the man, and Shadow Stalker almost had a look there as he coming through lights for the first time. Fraser and who is that? Afcape going side by side through those hairpin. Fantastic racing through there. So we head through the tunnel now. Fraser and Afcape side by side as we come down to the Nouvelle Chicane for the first time of 6. Done in before it, or has he? No, Afcape goes down the inside, very much squeezed, a bit of contact through it. Fraser forced to go across the chicane. And he also makes a position because of a mistake from Scooby G. Through the swimming pool complex we go, but it's going to be Boyraxa who is going to lead the first lap here at Azure Circuit. Liam up there, so Adam Morris has got back past AMH. Gaz is now looking at the back of him as we come down towards Sandoval, but he's got RSGM right behind him from the reliable, not RSGM, sorry, Sandrock 3 right behind him. Into Sandoval, side by side they come. Sandwalk trying to go around the outside. Oh, and a bit of contact in the barrier for Sandwalk 3. Luckily, only visual damage round here for these cars, and he'll get away with it. Didn't lose position, but he's now got RS Jim to contend with into Massenet for the second time tonight. There's Fraser, there's Scooby, and he's going to have Afkate right behind him now with Rd5. Scott McFall is down in last place. Something's happened, I haven't seen it, but definitely not the place everyone's used to seeing Scott McFall at the back there. Into Lowe's. Afkate defending well from Rd5. Fraser looking very racy behind Jim here as we go on board through the tunnel and down to the Nouvelle chicane. To the right side, brake nice and easy. Try and get a nice line through it. And Jim hasn't, and we're going to get a run here on the reliable rooftop man. Fraser doesn't bother passing through to back though. Doesn't normally work. But he again has a run through the swimming pool complex. Maybe he may have a look into Rascasse. Not quite there though. Into the wall though for Jim as we come into Anthony Nose. And Fraser's going to have a run down the inside of the main straight. Fraser's going to get this done, I think. He's done it before Sandoval, so a great move from the Renault Esports finalist. You can continue to look down the field. There's Rd5, who's now finally got past Afkate. Up through Beaurivage and into Massenet. Shadowstalker's had an issue somewhere. He's now down at the back. There's Scott McFall, there's Shockshaft, he's had a bit of a shocker. There's Yorkshire Stick just about hanging on to this pack of cars. Continue on, we soldier on here through Azure Circuit. There's Scooby G, gradually catching up to the back of Jim. Who's in the wall? Jim is in the wall. Through Portier. Scooby goes to the outside of the tunnel. He wants the inside for the Nouvelle chicane. Is he going to get it? He will get it coming into the chicane here. Backs out of it though. Thinks better of it. Down towards the back. It was a very good game, I will admit that. I've got a feeling that might be Phil Humphreys commentating on the NXTGEN account. But yes, very well played from Fraser. He's not had the best of seasons in this car, but he can definitely string a nice move out of them. But behind RSGM under pressure now. As is Scooby G. Remember, Scooby G just a fill out for this race. He loves the Azure Coast, Azure Circuit, so I say. The Azure Coast, a different track, point to point. This so the jewel of the calendar. It is Phil. Good evening, Phil. How are you, mate? As we head through Massenet. Down the hill to Mirabeau, down to Lowe's. Oh, and collision, Rd5 and Scooby G into the Lowe's. I'm going to take a punt there that Rd5 must have just outbraked himself there. Couldn't quite slow it down. Luckily no spinning going on at Lowe's. That's not where you want to spin the car. But up ahead, Sandrock 3 is under pressure from Fraser, and Fraser is looking into the back. Side by side, both drivers into the outside wall. Into the swimming pool complex then, and Fraser's lost a bit of time, and Jim is coming up behind him. Look at this battle for second. It is quite close actually. Closer than what the gap says it is. On the left hand side, there's Liam at Thurso. There's Adam Morris, but we go back to Sandwalk, who's still got Fraser right up his chuff coming into Sandoval for the 5th time. Oh, and a bit of a spin. He spun in the... That is collisions. Sandwalk lost the back end going through Sandoval. Unfortunately spun in the path of Jim. Jim ended up T-boning him, and Fraser and Radovan pick up positions. Scooby's had an issue somewhere. He's now behind Yorkshire Stig. Sandwalk, though, didn't lose too much time, thankfully, and Jim didn't lose too many positions. Head into Lowe's. And Fraser looking now to pull away from this little midfield pack. Currently in 6th place, which in reality could be a sacred blessing. Obviously, the top 5. Sandwalk hits the wall coming through Portier. The top 5 cannot qualify in the second race. So it could be a blessing in disguise here for Fraser to be finishing there. But up ahead, there's AMH Racing and Gaza 123. Battling for 4th place. And up ahead, the battle for second gets ever closer as we head into Rascasse for the penultimate time. Adam Morris looking to get a bit of a run through Anthony Noakes, I think. As we head towards Sandoval for the final time here in this first race. Battle for 4th still rages on though. Through Sandoval they go. Line astern right now. And behind that you've got this battle for 6th. Fraser, Radovan, Jim and Radovan side by side coming up towards Massenet for the final time. They're gonna go side by side. No contact at all. Brilliant driving, and what a move from RS Jim. Round the outside of Massenet, set up completely through Sandoval from Jim, getting the run through Beau Rivage and round the outside of Massenet. What a move. Clean as a whistle. Fraser playing tactics? I don't think he is, because he's not actually close enough, and he's not been running at the same sort of pace as the top 5. Top 5 is only the 144s, 145s and 6s. Fraser currently the 147s as AMH Racing still defends. But we go to the battle for second, which is only 2/10 the gap. Coming through the swimming pool complex. Down towards Rascasse. This is going to be the final time pretty much that Adam Morris can possibly make a move on one of his championship rivals. Through Anthony Noakes, and it's going to be Boyraxa who takes the win here on Azure Circuit. Here comes Liam at Thurso. He beats Adam Morris to the line. That looked like someone in the background hitting the wall. AMH takes 4th from Gaza. Fraser was in the wall, but he's got away with it. Radovan has got back past Jim. Jim finishes 8th. Yorkshire Stig is in 9th. Scooby G without a bonnet finishes 10th. Sandwalk will come home in 11th. Scott McFawn, his debut, will come home in 12th place here in the Ginetta's Round Azure. Oh, and he hands a plate. He's stopping his Scott McFawn. Shogshaft then takes second, 12th place. I wonder if Scott McFall's actually allowing everyone past because he's not actually in the championship. He's just here as a bit of a filler. Shadowstalker goes through for 13th. And Afcape, I don't know what's happened to him, but he's got a very beat up Ginetta there. I wouldn't take the outside line though. He comes home. Oh, he hits Scott McFall across the line for 14th and Half Cape in 15th place. Oyrax then takes the win from Liam at Thurso. Adam Morris is third, sorry. AMH 4th, Gaza 5th, Fraser 6th, Radovan is 7th, Jim in 8th, Yorkshire Stig 9th, Scooby G is 10th, Sandhawk 3 11th, Shockshaft 12th, Shadowstalker is 13th, Scott McFall is 14th, Half Cape rounds out the 15 drivers. Take a couple of screenshots. So I'm going to get a few people in to be interviewed here. So if you wait just a second, we can get some questions in from you guys if you want. We'll get a couple of them in now. So you return to the lobby. I'll just invite them in quickly, and then we'll have some questions and set up the second lobby. Fantastic race, I think. Your driver of the race there, who everyone who's watching, I mean, going to be hard to pick a driver of the race, I think, but see what you comes up with. I think overtaker of the race has to go to Jim. Good evening, Benji, aka Boyrexa14, for anyone who doesn't know.
Hello.
Hopefully Fraser will be along soon with his audio shareable. Right, let's make sure I get this right. 21. So, Benji, fantastic race. You've effectively won the dual race on the calendar.
Yay. Yeah, that's pretty good. It wasn't easy out there. There's a couple of high curbs, and if you hit them wrong, you're spinning or you're going straight into the wall. And then you also got the hairpins where you have to turn the wheel as far as you can. So even so, that's
for you starting at the back as well. It's not going to be easy to make your way through.
No. Probably the best idea is to kind of hold back on the lights so don't get a good reaction time, so you come into turn one slightly behind, so if anything does happen then you fall back to have time to react to avoiding it. So that's usually what I tend to do when I'm right at the back, but so hopefully I can avoid anything that happened. Hopefully nothing happens and we all can get through cleanly and try to have a good race.
Obviously, with me hosting, you will be at the back because I'm inviting you all in audit. So, a few good battles behind you. Did you see any of them in your mirrors at all?
I think he made a mistake to one of the chicanes, so I had him go on the back of him. So I knew they were quite close and they had a moment side by side, but I didn't really see what happened there. And then further back, I don't know what happened.
Evening, Fraser. Have you got your audio shareable?
If you go to party settings and then it's down to allow your voice to be shared.
There we go. Right, yeah, my voice is shared now. Thank you for that.
Oh, you might want to turn your mic up just a little bit as well. A little bit quiet.
Yeah, right. No, I'm a bit loud. There we go. Is that better?
Yeah, it's definitely better. So, and well, an awesome race already for you. I mean, a battle all race long.
Qualifying, I can try and get pole. And yeah, otherwise it was good fun. Good fun. I had to cut the chicane at one point, but that was just to avoid a collision, I believe.
Yeah, obviously close battle with you and Afgate, but at the end, you, Jim, and Raidervan. I mean, 3 cars going for one spot. I mean, around Monaco, that's almost unheard of, isn't it?
Are you sure that was me? I don't think it was. I came in 5th. I know I had RSG right behind me. You're gonna have to read me the replay now, aren't you?
Definitely a fantastic, fantastic race from our perspective. I mean, especially with so many battles going on the track. I mean, you have been blessed though. You are able to qualify.
It's a win if you keep it clean.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as people say, you either want to be at the front or the back. I mean, you don't really want to be in the mid pack here.
No. Unless, of course, the guys are kind to him and quite sensibly just let him go because he just slow you up if you're trying to slow down a fast guy.
Definitely. Gentlemen, thank you for your time. I'll let you go and prepare for race number 2.
Cool.
Have a good one as well, because it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
So, we're just going to invite the rest of the people. There's Fraser, Raidervan, Jim, Sandhawk, Shadowstalker, Shockshaft, let's go for 4. Oh. So who are we waiting for then? Irish Jim, I think we are waiting for now. Just send him another one, just to make sure that he receives one. I'm going to put myself as the race director. I hope you all like my Murray Walker impression. I thought I'd give it a go around Azure Circuit being such a legendary track. So, just a reminder, the top 5 cannot qualify, and that will be Boyrax, Lima, there's Adam Morris, AMH, and Gaza. And we've done it. I've managed to do it in such a way that Boyrax should be starting at the back of the grid. Period. So still waiting on Jim a minute before we start the session. Suppose the guys are ready to go. Still waiting on Gaz. Not on Gaz, on Jim. Is it? Let's go racing here at Azure Circuit. Ten-minute qualifying with the top 5 reversed and at the rear of the grid. And then a 21 lap race around the Monegasque circuit. Hopefully we'll speak to a few more people, hopefully someone other than Boy Rexer. That is the 9th time. Sorry, the 8th time this season we have spoken to him. That was win number 8 of 9 for Boy Rexer. He really is taking this championship by storm. And no one's getting in the way. So you see that the bottom 5 are your top 5 in reverse order. So there's Boy Rexer, Lee McPherson, Adam Morris, AMH Racing, and Gaz. Fraser, the first man onto the track though, for this second 10-minute qualifying session. As he heads out through Beau Rivage and up towards Massenet. Afcape, the second man to be going out of the pits and straight back in. There's Yorkshire Stig on his way out. Here's Radovan. You start seeing some of the or at least most of the cars come out. So, as Phil said, very hard to pick a driver of the race award. He ended up going for Fraser, which I think is a good shout. Boy Rex's plan for this one, I think, is just get away cleanly and probably do a lot of damage limitation in this one. Not easy to overtake. I don't think he's going to win the second race personally. I mean, that's a point. If you're watching, who do you think is going to win race number 2? Who do you think is going to take pole position, and who's going to win race 2 at the Azure circuit? There's Radovan 80. I think that was Yorkshire Stig in the background, having a bit of trouble at the Nouvelle Chicane. And there is that. Yep, definitely was Yorkshire Stig at the Nouvelle Chicane. Interesting from Phil, he thinks RS Jim will win the race. See, I've got a different... I think Fraser could win this legendary race on race 2. All depends on the pit stops, how they go. And it also all depends on your road position at the start and how you start the race, I feel. But I say Fraser and Phil says RS Jim, so it'd be very interesting to see how that unfolds. Scott McFall in the U-pits at the moment. As there's RS Jim. Let's check back in with Fraser, who's coming through the swimming pool complex with someone ahead of him. Bit sideways out of the second chicane. There's a Shadow Stalker in front of him. He now enters Anthony Nose and down the main straight for Fraser. He sets the first time a 1:46.0. Not a bad starting banker lap, it will have to be said. Here comes Jim in. Afcape's put in a 1:54.6 as a banker, so he's definitely got a time in. Whereas Jim clips them on the exit of the swimming pool complex. Not what he was looking for. As he comes through Rascasse and into Anthony Notes. Down the main straight for him. This Phil's pick for the race. What time does he do? It's a 1:48.5. He's 2.4 slower than Fraser. There's your Stig, and here is Scooby G. Who is that in front? Rd5, the next man then to cross the line. He's going to set up a 1:46.2, so only 0.16 off right now. Scooby G and Yorkshire Stig. Scooby G puts it into 6th place. Yorkshire Stig, a fantastic effort. He's put up into 3rd place. Brilliant driving from that man, the SB Racing man. Oh, and that is not Shockdraft, that is Sandok 3 having issues through Rascasse. Up to the line. It's going to be a bad one, for definite. Actually, he wasn't on the lap time, and Fraser sets a 1:44.4. Fantastic effort from that man. Shadowstalker's putting in 1:53.4. Scooby G, obviously, interesting exit of the in the pits. As I believe that might be that's Afcape coming through. As he goes up through Beau Rivage. Scooby G is set a, you could say, banker or a effectively not a representative time there, quite frankly, as we watch Scott McFall, one of the WRT boys, coming here for an appearance through the tunnel down towards the Nouvelle chicane. Down towards Tabac. A mighty 86 miles an hour. Through Tabac he comes and into the swimming pool complex. 93 before he hits the brakes. These cars aren't sluggish. Clips the wall on the exit though. That will not help him. With only 3.5 minutes to go. Oh, and the back end slides as he comes out of that final corner. He crosses the line. What time has he done? A 1:46.1, a fantastic time. I believe that shock shaft in front of him. Sandwalk behind him has put in a 1:46.7. So everyone's now set a time. Here's Scooby. Now, I'm going to do one thing we haven't done for a while. Cockpit view. Enjoy a lap of Azure Circuit with Scooby in silence. Let's see what type of lap he can put in. So through Anthony knows who come and what time does Scooby set? People setting quick times at the moment. Yorkshire has been, he's put it third, a 1:45.8, a fantastic time from Scooby. I think you'll agree. Great one to be on board with as he loses it through Sandoval into the wall. Apparently this man sits on pole position right now with a 1:44.4, the whole second ahead of Rd5 80. NXTGEN not looking in the best possible position right now. He's now put it up into 7th place ahead of Yorkshire Stig. Yorkshire Stig looked like he had a good time and he's gradually tumbled down to 8th place. Cape is backing himself. He set a good time actually, he's there in 6th place. But Cape very much could win this race. I think this probably is anyone's game really, depending on how the start goes. But we're going to just a few seconds remaining now in this session. Let's find out who's the first man to be crossing that line. It's going to be Shockshaft, will be the first man to set his final time of the session. Comes up to the line, puts it, stays in 9th, doesn't improve. Here comes Shadow Stalker, not followed by NXTGEN. He's followed by Rd5, yes he is. He goes in the pits though. Rd5, he's down at Portier. Where are you? So the next man will be NXTGEN. I think Rd5. Reading a few practice starts there. Oh, and Jim, a massive accident going into the swimming pool complex. That is going to hurt. Someone get the ambulance. That was big. Just clipping the inside of the first part of the chicane. Fires him into the wall. Not what he was looking for at all. He definitely dives into the pits. See here the practice starts at Rd5's getting right now. Oh, and Fraser's disconnected. No. The man who was on pole has disconnected at the last possible second. Unbelievable scenes. He won't be able to race. So Rd5 actually takes pole position then from Scooby G, Scott McFall, Sandwalk 3, Cape, Yorkshire Stig. NXTGEN will be in 7th place, Shockshaft is in 8th, Shadow Stalker is in 9th, Gaza123 10th, AMH Racing is in 11th, Adam Morris 12th, Liam Thusso 13th. Boy Rexa will start at the back, courtesy of winning that last race. So we now await everyone to very good. I think Fraser would have won that as well. That is unbelievable. But the unbelievable scenes will hopefully keep coming here at Monte Carlo. The jewel of the calendar. And I've lost to Phil. Just realised I've lost to Phil already. Fraser trying to join, he's not going to be able to. It's all in vain. But here we go. 3 red lights to come. All 3 lights are on, and it is go, go, go here at Azure Circuit for the second time tonight as we head up to Sandoval. That's an awful start from Rd5 as Scooby G now takes the lead. Scott McFall looking up the inside of Rd5 into Sandoval. Are we all through clean? Yes, we are. AMH Racing, bloody hell, he's gone up into 7th place. He started in 11th. Shadowstalker getting overtaken now by the top 5 drivers from race 1, although will he defend from the championship leader, Boyraxa? Boyraxa is on the outside of Casino. He's not going to defend that, unfortunately, so Shadowstalker heads up at the back. You are correct, Phil, you do need to be right to win, but I'm already out. There's Scooby G, he's now leading. What's happened to... Oh, Scott McFall's gone down to 4th now. Sandwalk up to an impressive 3rd place again. Half-Cape, 5th place right now. He's got RS Jim, 77 behind him. Who's got AMH behind him going... Oh, AMH! He's almost done a courtard. Almost a courtard. Shockshaft now down to 13th on this lap. There's Yorkshire Stig, he's having to defend from Gaza, who's having to defend from Adam Morris there. There's RS Jim, and McFall is looking up the inside of Sandwalk. He's not going to get that done. Loses the back end limit, going through Anthony Nose. He's going to clip the wall. Yes, he does. Here comes Afgave. He's going to have a run down the main straight now on Scott McFall. It was very well saved by AMH. I'll agree with you on that one, Phil. As Afgave now looks down the inside of Scott McFall into Sandavart. It's not going to work though, and Jim is right there, coming up through Beau Rivage. He's done Afgave before Massenet, and here comes AMH. Is he going to go around the outside now? Just like Jim did in race number 1. No, he's not. Through Casino Square we go, and down to Mirabeau. Yorkshire Stick is doing a fine job right now defending from Gaza as we head through Mirabeau and into the Lowe's hairpin for the second time tonight. Cracking shots, that is, from the camera. RS Jim now having a look at Scott McFall, going up through the tunnel and down towards the Nouvelle chicane. He's gonna look. Oh, he's gone very, very deep. And Scott McFall, no choice but to cut the chicane. And RS Jim, very sportsman is Jim. He's about to let Scott McFall back past him. Can get through to back. Find another safe place. Very big shame for RS Jim there. Just went in a little bit too hot. Didn't quite make it stick, but that promotes Afcape into 4th place now. And up ahead, Radovan has got past Scooby G, who now has Sandwalk 3 for company. Up through Beau Rivage. Sandwalk 3, now he came 3rd place in the feature race last time out in Dubai. Can he do it again? He's going to have to defend off AMH who's in front of us here as we ride on board with Half Cape into Casino Square. Couldn't hold on. AMH is absolutely flying through the pack right now. Like a hot knife through butter. Into Lowe's hairpin. Look at the amount of cars you can fit through Lowe's. And there's Scott McForward, Jim behind Yorkshire Stig. As the main pack now enters the tunnel. Half Cape looking to keep that 5th place. He wants points tonight and he's started well. He's finished the race, so finished race 1, so he should get some points for that, and hopefully get some decent points in this. But he's got 4 of the fastest drivers behind him in the Ginettas. Gaza 1, 2, 3, we know he's quick, followed by 2nd in the championship and runner-up last year, Adam Morris. Lee Matt Thurso we know is always up there. And the defending champion, race back-to-back race of winners champion, and obviously Ginetta GT5 Junior champion, Boyrax 14. It is like watching Ashley Sutton, I'll give you that one, Phil, that is. And he's gone past Scooby G as well. I think Scooby G made a bit of a mistake because Sandwalk 3 is now up into 2nd place. But look at the time that AMH is doing here. He's done a 145 compared to Sandwalk's 147. Into Mirabeau. There's Rd5 the leader. There is 2nd place and 3rd. There's Scooby G. There's Half Cape, Gaza, Adam Morris, Liam Thurso, Boyraxo, Yorkshire Stig. There is RS Jim. Scott McFall is now there, followed by Shockshaft, and now Shadowstalker DBS rounding out the 14 runners. We lost Fraser. Oh, and there's a spin for Shadowstalker at Lowe's hairpin. He gets back underway. But now this is a battle to watch, isn't it? The battle for 2nd here on lap number 4. Remember, all cars must make a pit stop. They must change tyres. If they don't, it's highly recommended that they wait for someone who else is in the pits to go past them before rejoining the circuit. So because there is harsh penalties to come for anyone that doesn't change tyres. But here comes Sandwalk 3 across the line, a 146.0, a much better lap from Sandwalk 3. Raiderman's gradually getting up off the road. There's Scooby G, he's going to have Half Cape behind him, and Half Cape running a very nice race so far here on lap number 5. So we enter Massenet and into Casino Square for the 5th time of 21. Oh, and Half Cape in the wall. Tries to defend from Gaza. It's not going to work though. Gaza's through at Mirabeau. But Half Cape not giving up easily. He even has a look into Lowe's. Bit of tapping going on as we come now down towards Portier. Into Portier, and I think that is Gaz now released. Up ahead though, Sandwalk 3 still got AMH for good company. Into the Nouvelle chicane they come. A little bit of curb taken by Sandwalk, not really going to be helpful coming out of the corner though. Oh, and Adam Morris behind, you can see him looking all over to get a pass done on Half Cape. AMH can't get past Sandwalk 3 right now. Sandwalk does his fair share of touring car races. Oh, and a little bit of a slide from Half Cape, and Adam Morris senses a potential coming into Raskas. It's not going to work though, and Gaza isn't exactly getting away either. Bit wide from Half Cape, and Adam Morris senses Sandevot is going to be the place to make the move. down the inside, into turn 1, lap number 6. Fantastic stuff. Oh! And some bumping. Oh my word, it's all gone off. Luckily, all good in the end. Adam Morris still side by side with Liam at Thurso. Round Massenet, side by side. Not quite going to work. Unfortunately, AFK tried a switchback on Adam Morris, which was a little bit too sharp on it. A little bit of a collection point, and AMH has now got past Shockshaft. What's happened to Shockshaft? Has he come in the pits? Not Shockshaft, Sandwalk. Where's Sandwalk? Oh, he just spun it at Lowe's hairpin. No idea what's happened to Sandwalk, but he was running in a good position and he's now gone wrong. The question is, how fast can AMH catch up to Rd5? So some timings we don't need. Gaza is hunting down Scooby G now. There's Liam Thurso, who's past Alan Morris, he's past Boy, who's in front of Boy Ranks. There's AFK now defending from Yorkshire State, coming into the swimming pool complex. There's RS Jim down in 10th right now. Raiderman's is on a 147.3. What has AMH done? A 146.1. He is ripping time out of the leader. AMH amazingly winless. He hasn't won a race this season in Ginetta's, and he really wants it. He wants it badly. As here comes Scooby G. Through Massenet, and Sandwalk 3 comes in the pits for his tyres. So it might be better off trying to gain positions whilst people are in the pits. Big shame, he's running so well with Sandwalk. He was looking good for a podium again. Big shame. As we come into the new Val chicane then for the 7th time, we're a third of the way through this race. AMH Racing now 3.2 behind. Has Raidervan decided now's the time to try and push on a bit? We know he's got the pace. Through Anthony Nose we come. And look at that, only a 10th gained from AMH. He's now going to have to pull something out of the bag. Because I think Raidervan's just woken up and just gone, I might want to start pushing on a bit here. There's Scooby G with Gaza behind him coming up towards Massenet. Now Sandwalk, now a minute 13 behind these leaders. He was about half a minute, so suggesting maybe a 40-second ish pit stop. Interesting thing from Phil. He reckons lap 18 people will start to pit for the front running lot. I think we're going to see some people in around lap 12, 13, because you do get big undercuts with these cars, even though the tyre wear is not significant. Well, it could be significant around here. The undercut seems to be quite strong in these cars. We saw it at Dubai as Scooby G spins at the Nouvelle chicane, does a celebratory donut, and rejoins. What's happened to Adam Morris? Adam Morris has probably made a pit stop there. He's now 46 down. Because I'd like to say he's had a pit stop and not crashed the car. AMH now under 3 seconds, the leading gap. Radovan sets a 45.4, AMH does a 44.9, so half a second he's managed to pull out of Radovan on that last lap. That gap we will keep an eye on because that could get quite interesting for the race win. Gaza now being released into third, Boyraxa up into fourth, and there is Liam at Thursday, which confirms to me Adam Morris has pitted for tyres. There is Adam Morris coming through the swimming pool complex now. There goes Liam. Adam Morris into Anthony Nose. It's going to come along. And Adam Morris has leapfrogged Liam at Thurso in the pit stops. Fantastic strategy from the Snekchuka Motorsport guys. Good stuff from those fellas at Snekchuka. Realising Adam was just a touch quicker at the time, using those fresher tyres to his advantage, gaining that undercut. At the front, no, gap still fluctuating at about 2.6 right now. Gaza has to look in the mirrors though, because just there is the man of the hour so far, Boyraxa 14. So we go into Raskas and into Anthony Nose. Gaza pits, AMH is also in the pits. AMH looking maybe for a big undercut now on Radovan. And where does AMH come out? There's Adam Morris coming to the final section. AMH still in the pits. Adam Morris into the swimming pool complex. AMH now leaves his box. As Adam Morris now comes around Anthony Nose. And Gaz has now just left his pit box. And here comes Adam Morris. Has he just leapfrogged Gaz as well? He has. Wow, the undercut here is immense. Gaza has just lost 2 positions. Radovan needs to pit this lap. That is phenomenal stuff. How big is that undercut? Boyraxa could be in trouble here. Radovan surely has to pit. He must have. He wouldn't have seen that unless he's watching the stream whilst driving. But son, you've got to come in. He doesn't. He's going to stay out. He's going to risk it. Hopefully he's going to have a chocolate biscuit as well. Scott McFall has retired. He's retired his car and is out of this race. Boyraxa, as suspected, has come in to try and cover off any threat. There goes AMH. He's gone through to back. Into the swimming pool complex. A lot of people in. AFCAPE is in. RS Jim. Scooby G's also in as well. Could that have played havoc with Boyraxa? Adam Morris with Shock Shaft next to him. Overtaking him as we come through Anthony Nose. Boyraxa just coming out of the pits. He's going to get jumped. He's going to get done by Adam Morris. Well, I said done. He's already behind him, but Adam Morris comes past him. There's Liam at Thurso, and there is Boyraxa just joining behind Gaza. So in reality, he hasn't really lost any positions. It was a bit of a shame for him, really. Scooby G has lost positions, and well, a little bit. He's not really changed. AFCAPE again hasn't really lost any positions, but he has come closer to Scooby, and there's RS Jim in the background. Sandwalk and Shadow Stalker, I believe both have pitted. We have two men who haven't pitted yet. Yorkshire Stig and Rd5 both haven't pitted yet. Yes, Phil, lap 18 a little bit more suspect. I mean, I think, if I remember correctly, oh, here comes Rd5 in the pit. Where's AMH on track? He's coming through the tunnel right now. If I remember correctly, it was Shockshaft who, at Brands Hatch GP, went to lap 17 of 21, I believe, or was it 25, something like that. Went to lap 17 and pitted. On some circuits it's worth doing, but around here, by the scenes of it, with the undercut, massive, massive difference. Yorkshire Stig also in the pits, and Rd5, you cannot keep that position, son. There is no way you've changed tyres. No way he's changed tyres in that time. I believe Rd5 may get hit with a penalty. There's Yorkshire Stig still in the pits. Here comes Shockshaft in for his stop. That's Phil. Phil, I don't think that's a legal pit stop. What do you reckon? Personally, I think he may have only changed 2 tyres, which is not legal. You must change all 4. Must have an F1 pit crew, definitely. I mean, I knew Manor were up for a bit of higher, but wow, I think that is going to be in the penalty books, unfortunately, for Rd5. I think he could have avoided that by... He can still avoid it, I reckon, if he lets AMH through. But if he continues to carry on... Yes, he's coming back in the pits. Maybe just have a drive-through or another pit stop. That has ruined his race. His pit crew have ruined his own race. Game error, I think, most definitely. I believe Shadowstalker has retired from the race as well. Lost 3 so far. Fraser didn't start due to disconnecting. Scott McFall was next to retire, followed by Shadowstalker. But AMH now leads the race from what was 10th, 11th place. th place AMH was. First place AMH is. Rd5 down to 7th. That's really hurt him. Got a chance though to catch up to Scooby. Afkape's had another issue. He's had his bonnet come off as he's looking at the back of Yorkshire Stig going through Casino and now down towards Mirabeau. Can't quite do it through Mirabeau this time. No point in looking at lows. I love that, the game. Puts the bonnet on, put it off. Put it on, put it off. See what battles we got. And this is a battle I enjoy to see. Liam Thurso, and that's Gaza and Boyraxa having a crack behind. Gaza having to defend from the defending champion now through the swimming pool complex. Boyraxa almost had a decent run, couldn't quite make it though. Don't forget, get your driver of the race votes ready for the end of the race. I think I already know whose it's going to be if he finishes. As we enter Sandvot for the 14th time. 2/3 of this race almost complete now. For drivers working so hard around this circuit. through Massenet. Boyrax are really sensing a chance here to gain more points as damage limitation, really. Looks down the inside of Mirabeau. Is going to get alongside on the exit. Into lows. They're going to go side by side. Into lows. Fantastic driving. He's still almost alongside, coming up towards Portier. He's alongside towards Portier. Into the tunnel. Still side by side. This is fantastic racing as we come out to the Nouvelle chicane. They're still side by side as they enter the chicane. And Boyraxa claims that 4th place. What a bit of racing between these two. Very enjoyable to watch, I think you'll agree. Side by side from Mirabeau to the Nouvelle chicane, and now Gaza is not finished. He wants that place back more than ever. Shockshaft back in the pit lane. Through Anthony Nose they go. And Phil definitely impressed with that move. Quite possibly move of the race from Boyraxa 14. We know RS Jim took move of the race in race 1 for his round the outside move at Massenet. But that's unbelievable stuff. About a quarter of the track side by side. You can't ask for much more than that. I think I know who your vote is as well, Phil, from NXTGEN. And right now we're watching this battle evolve onto lap 15. Quality to watch. And we've lost Shockshaft. He has now retired. We're down to 11 now here at Azure Circuit. See, I'll tell you a little discussion point while we're watching this, especially around here. Oh no, everyone's thought is, how, I mean, obviously in racing you'd get safety cars and that. How cool do you think it would be if they had a safety car role in the online lobby where someone could drive a safety car? I think that would be pretty cool, and it would make online league racing immensely more interesting if a safety car gets called. But I want to know what your thoughts are on that. It's definitely an interesting topic as you watch Boyraxa approach Liam at Thursday coming out towards Sandoval. Yellow flags at Massenet, possibly for the loss of Shockshaft as we come up towards Massenet. Sandoval 3 down in 11th. That's a horrible thing. Phil, it would be. I think it would be amazing as well. Love to have a safety car. Yeah, definitely, Phil. I think that's the way it should be. And if anyone's watching the race, or even just a safety car driver, can just press a button and a symbol comes up on the screens of everyone saying safety car out on track. It'd be unbelievable, but we can only hope and pray maybe for future, because I think online league racing needs safety cars to really take it to the next level, in my opinion. As good as it is, but with safety cars anything can happen. But we continue to watch this, and Boyrax has kind of fallen off the back of Liam at Thurso and back into the clutches of Gaza. And that sounds like a spinner. That is AMH. Unbelievable scenes. AMH yet again has spun it. That is, AMH is probably the third time this season. So now goes into what's Sandoval. He's gonna be angry with himself. He will be angry. In the lead quite comfortably and throws it away through the swimming pool complex. Probably a bit too much curb on the exit. Through the second part of the chicane, probably a little bit too much curb, and it's just spun him round into 5th. But it means 2nd in the championship. Now leads the race in Adam Morris. I felt definitely he needs a safety car. He needs to just cause his own safety car, in my opinion, there to bunch him back up. But definitely be an interesting one. But there's Adam Morris currently leading, and behind is where the real battle is at. Lima Thurso, Boyraxa 14, Gaza 1, 2, 3, all now battling away here on lap 17 of 21. But right now, Adam Morris looking for his 2nd win of the season. And these 3 battling out for the last 2 podium positions right now. And AMH has retired. Big shame for him. Boyraxa could do this. He has to get past Liam first though. Oh, and that's Boyraxa into the wall. He spun it around. Boyraxa. That is a very uncharacteristic mistake here. The champion has spun the car at Massenet. Big scenes here at Azure Circuit. One can only think that if AMH had managed to stay, he would have probably gone up into 4th there. And next gen, Phil, you've definitely jinxed that one. I'd like to say commentator's curse, but this time it's the spectator's curse. And that has spread the gap between Liam at Thurso and Gaza. A bit further behind there, Scooby G is getting caught up by Radovan. Afcape's on for a bloody good result considering he's had a bit of a bad race this time. There's Yorkshire Stig, a lot of cars needing a few bonnets here. Radovan. Sandmog 3 is going to get some points here just by finishing the race. It's fantastic stuff. Here's our leader, Adam Morris. He's 2nd in the championship, and by quite a distance in reality. Let's have a look. He's 34 behind right now. And right now, he'll be pulling back about 8 points, but obviously that's not considering race 1. I think the safety cars need just a bunch of them back up to get the racing back in, because that was very unfortunate. It was looking to be a very promising battle between the trio of cars for the final 2 podium places there. The question now is, can Gaza catch up to Liam at Thurso before the end of this race and mount an attack? That is what's really going to be interesting here. I think it was Gaza. And I think Adam Morris has made a bit of a mistake here. Yes, he's losing time. we head now up Beau Rivage for the penultimate time. Gaza pulling 0.3 of a second from Liam at Thurso is not quite enough at the moment. There goes Liam at Thurso. Here comes Gaza into Massenet. Boy, Raxor is absolutely flying. 44.4 from the defending champion. Unbelievable pace. Interesting though, Sandwalk's now past Half Cape. So Half Cape's made a bit of a mistake somewhere. RS Jim, let's talk about him. He's been very, very quiet. He's just been sat in 7th. I don't think this is a strong track for him. By the seams of it at least anyway. He's in the 146s. Which is just behind top line pace at the moment. There's Liam at Thurso. The gap to Gaza 2.3 right now. As we head through the swimming pool complex. Unfortunately not the big battle we were hoping for at the end of this race, but it's been an incredible race. I think you can agree. Unbelievable moves. I mean, Phil, move of the day. Here's a tough call. I know move of the race is going to be Boy Raxor on Gaza, but move of the day. RS Jim at Massenet or Boy Raxor on Gaza from right down here at Mirabeau to the Nouvelle Chicane. That'll be an interesting one to find out. Don't forget, get your driver of the day votes ready. Driver of the race and day. So driver of race 2 and driver of the night. So a driver you think has done very well in both races tonight. As Anna Morris comes through the tunnel for the final time. It's probably the closest these boys will get to the riches of Monte Carlo. Savour the moment. The swimming pool complex for the final time. And Phil, I kind of had a feeling you say Boy Raxor for how long it took him. The fact they were side by side for about a quarter of the track, definitely impressive. But Adam Morris will take a win at the Duel of F1. Adam Morris wins race 2 here at Azure Circuit. Liam at Thurso will be second. Gaza 1, 2, 3 will come up a brilliant third. Boy Raxor fourth. Scooby G will come home in 5th. Brilliant result on his debut. Folks, that is his debut at Monaco. Rd5 80 comes home in 6th. RS Jim will be in 7th place. Yorkshire Stig will come home in 8th place in a battered Ginetta. There is Sandwalk has spun it at the final chicane of the complex. Half Cape has either finished or something, I don't know. Overall driver, Phil says is Anna Morris, and to be honest, I'm quite inclined to agree. Your driver of the race of race 2? Be interested to know that one as well, Phil. Sandwalk comes across the line in 9th place. So provisional results for race number 2. Adam Morris will win from Liam at Thurso, Gaza 1, 2, 3, Boy Raxor 14, Scooby G, Rd5, Jim, Yorkshire Stig, Sandwalk, and Half Cape. And I think I've actually got driver to arrive with you there, Phil, for driver of the night. Liam at Thurso, 2 solid second place finishes. That is a pretty good drive of the night, I would say. Very, very consistent. But that is race number 2 here. Let's get a couple of guys in. Adam Morris will be one of them. Who else should we get in? Let's have a look. Scooby G. Okay, so let's get Liam in actually. So, hang tight whilst I invite a couple of drivers to the party. So we'll just all wait. The drivers to come in. Hopefully we're going to speak to Adam Morris, who obviously won the race. As always, we interviewed some of the drivers after. Race 2 driver from field has to be AMH, simply for how impressive you got through the field. I think I'm intended to agree there. So the 3 drivers I've picked for interviewing, obviously Adam Morris for winning, Liam at Thurso from a really good night, and also Scooby G on his debut here. Hopefully some of them will join. If not, be a great, great shame. I will just send another invite, just to make sure they've all got one. There we go. I mean, what do you guys think about interviews at the end of each race? I mean, your thoughts on that? It's obviously any feedback on these streams is much appreciated because you are the guys watching them. Good evening, Adam.
Good evening.
Evening, Jeff. And good evening, Liam.
Hello.
Hopefully all of you got your audio shared.
Yep, mine is.
It's all good then. So let's start with Adam Morris. A win around Monaco. I mean, that's something to be quite proud of.
Very, very unexpected. Sort of handed to me really. Andrew made a mistake out of the second chicane in sector 3 and put it in the wall. I was catching him, but I don't think I would have been able to get past with it being Monaco, unless he made a big mistake. Yeah, overall the chaos, as you would expect from Monaco.
That was brilliant.
Yeah, obviously, Sandoval, probably a very lucky moment really for you to get away with.
Yes. Caught me by surprise, that's for sure.
Let's move on to Liam. Solid night. 2 second places after being absent in Dubai.
Yeah, it was probably about as good as I could get. I mean, you don't expect to beat Benji, so the best you can hope for is second. I didn't have the race pace. I was lucky to put on second and just to hold everyone up, and I was then lucky in the second race that I timed the pit stop right to come out ahead of Gaz, and with Andrew's spin it sort of inherited my second, and Benji was applying a lot of pressure, but he made a mistake, spun, and I knew I had pace over Gaz, so it sort of let me cruise home to second, so yeah, two very good races in my opinion.
Yeah, I see with the pit stops, the undercut, very, very powerful around here.
Yeah, Adam undercut me, so I decided to react a lap later, and as soon as I came out the pits on fresh tyres, it was just like, I can see why he's undercut me. There was so much grip on the fresh tyres. But obviously, you didn't want to pit too early and have them ruined at the end, so Adam got the right call on that one.
Okay, moving on to Jeff. Your debut in the Ginettas is a bit crazy, isn't it?
I don't normally drive. Yeah, it was a learning curve from like race one. I borrowed a tune off of Fraser, modded it a bit. Some of them made it better or made it worse, but managed to qualify in second after he dropped out, which was a bonus. But it all went to pot from there.
But in general, a good couple of races really for you, considering you don't drive the car, obviously. Joining because it's Monaco and filling space.
I love Monaco. It's something about Monaco. Just needed to work on the car a bit more to. I was only a second off the pace in the first race, which I thought was pretty good.
No, I was saying you've
yeah.
done very impressively. Now, I asked questions on the stream because Phil was watching tonight, which is quite a good thing.
Hello, Phil.
Phil has ask Jeff if he had any practice. He said he bets he says no.
No, I did none. I did a couple of laps and was doing 151 and was like, nah, I'll just rock up and roll at the back, and yeah, no, it was alright. A bit more tuning in the car was a bit understeery. Yeah, it understeered when the braked heavy, so yeah, could have gone with more time, but that was a good laugh. I enjoyed it.
Definitely, obviously with
Nearly
the
had a podium.
obviously with the question, Adam, you ended up being Phil's pick for driver of the night.
Oh, nice. Thank you. I did make one good overtake. I can remember in the second to last corner. But other than that, it was mostly just capitalising on people's mistakes.
Do you know what the prize is? A lifetime supply of air.
Oh, yes.
You can pump your tyres up as much as you like.
Now, it's interesting you saying about overtakes, because now obviously overtakes are quite rare in Monte Carlo. However, we did catch two amazing ones. None of them included any of you, unfortunately.
I thought you meant me.
No, not quite. One of them, I can't remember who it was. I think it was on Yorkshire State RS Jim around the outside of Massenet at the top of the hill.
Nice.
Went around the outside of Massenet. And the other one was right behind you, Liam. It was Gaza and Boy Raxa.
Yeah, I watched that in my mirrors. I also saw Adam go around the outside of someone at Rascas, can't remember who it was.
But obviously, Boy Raxa went side by side with Gaza from Mirabeau all the way to the Nouvelle chicane. And that got Phil's move of the night, unsurprisingly. It was quite impressive
Who gets
to watch.
crash of the night?
Crash of the night.
Yeah.
Amazingly,
Crash of the night.
amazing there wasn't many that we caught, although I'd have to say it would end up being in the races themselves it would have to be Avcape and Adam, because that was impressive.
Yeah.
But in second qualifying, Jim had a massive accident. It was big. came into the swimming pool complex. The first part of the first chicane, obviously, which you all know is pretty much flat in these things.
Mm.
Clipped the inside wall and then sent him to the outside. No time at all in between. It was big. So
I
that
think
really is
AMH had a
crashing.
crash near there somewhere, because I got by him coming into the, is it a swimming pool complex? Somewhere.
Yeah, it was in the second chicane through there, yeah. He lost it on exit.
So next week, Alton Park International. What starting with Adam, then to Liam, then Jeff. What are your thoughts on Alton?
It's a very good track. Quite tricky at times, especially on tyres. You had to overtake in certain parts of the circuit, but it should provide a good race overall.
Liam?
Do you know what layout we're doing before I make a comment?
I believe, well, I don't know, it says international, so I'm assuming the long one, but it could well be the one with the shortened hairpin.
Okay. I've only ever really raced Alton Park once. That was like 2 years ago. It was a GT3 cars. And I didn't enjoy it, but I'll have to see what it's like in Ginetta's. I hope it's a good race.
Jeff, obviously you may or may not be there. What do you expect from Alton Park?
I may or may not be there. Hang on a sec, hang on a sec. It's alright, my mum's bursting.
Oh, can't get the
You never
PR
have
staff
that problem with
nowadays, can
Formula
you?
One.
I'm back now. Yeah, if I tune the car, I might come, but I don't know what I'll be doing next Friday. So, but I love Alton Park. My money's on Fraser because he's king of Alton Park.
Phil says really good track for the GT5s, which I'm inclined to agree. Really, should be some good racing. But on a
Sorry
final,
about my mum bursting in there. She's come to stay with me for the weekend.
you just can't get the PR staff nowadays, can you?
No, you can't. I was like, just for a sec.
On one final note, Phil's got an interesting question for you. Who would you pick as your driver of the night? Adam?
Well, I don't really want to say myself, so Liam?
Yes!
Any reason
I'll
why?
go
Or
with Liam. Just solid 2 races, didn't really make many mistakes, didn't have the pace, but obviously kept it consistent enough to not lose positions. Yeah.
Liam?
Oh, I love you too, Adam. You know, just because Adam said such nice things about me and really made me sound so good, I'm going to say Benji.
Reasoning behind that?
No, probably actually it was Adam. Again, on points, he's probably... Me and him have probably come out equal, so... Obviously I'm not going to say myself, so... It's probably Adam.
Jeff?
I'm going to say myself. Because I don't normally race in this. And I started pretty well in race 2. Race 1 was just a learning curve. And race 2 I could have finished on the podium if I hadn't have spun probably 3 times. But yeah, I needed more time. And I think I've done pretty well. So I'm going to say me.
Fair enough. Phil does say you get spin of the night, Jeff, and he says it was a good donut at the Nouvelle chicane.
I think I'd spun 3 times there.
But thank you, gentlemen, for joining me. I will let you go back to whatever you're doing.
It's been a pleasure, gentlemen.
Yeah. Look forward to the next race.
Adam says, looking forward to the next race, which is Alton Park, round 6, the race before the break. That is next Friday. So do join us, and there will be a Ginetta notebook to come in the week. So if once that's up, do give that a good listen, because we recap what happens, get what the drivers say. After the race, they answer a quick survey questionnaire. and then on to the racing. So from me, the boys here and the boys at the Ginettas for Next Gen Season 12, thank you for watching tonight. We will catch you next week for
Goodbye.
Alton Park and round number 6.